quite
I
a
want to
lot.
raise one more point about the
One
body
more
count
point.
thing before you
Okay.
guys move on, because I think this is a point that has been mentioned. Here's one of my issues with with like a severe focus on body count is that I feel like it encourages girls to lie to you, right? So a girl will quite often, if she likes you, tell you what you want to hear if she thinks it's a big issue for you. Because there's no like you're not going to verify. Like you ask her what's your body count, she says 3. You can't verify that, right? You just have to take her word for it, right? But again, if the woman senses that like this is a big thing for you, based on how you talk around the topic, there's a good chance that she'll just lie to you and you'll have no way of knowing.
Yeah, I would never tell a woman to her face like, "Oh, yeah, I would never date a woman with a high body count. Oh, by the way, what's your body count?" Like, that's just got no logical following. Like, I apologize if some people think I'm being arrogant here, but I think that there is quite a consistent and accurate way that you can verify information from women and essentially get to the point where they never have to lie or think that they lie.
What is the method?
Well, you just come from a position. You ask them things with as minimal judgment as possible, and it does take a lot of reading of the situation and like their character and how comfortable they are to begin with about answering certain topics. But you test the waters with that. Like a lot of women, you can just read their body language. If you ask something that's a little bit more personal, like, "Oh, when was the last time you had sex?" or something, you can tell straight away if like they're uncomfortable with answering that question, just like if they're delaying their response, if they're just uneasy about it. Like it's common sense to read their
Would
body
that be an
language about
indicator
that.
of high body count? Sorry, just to understand.
No. So I'm just saying, like, if she was uncomfortable with answering that question, then you then wouldn't go on to ask for a little bit more, like higher of a period of time, what her body count is until you've got to the position where she now is more comfortable. And the way you do that is, well, at least my strategy is that if you can tell a woman is like uncomfortable, if you ask her when was the last time you had sex, and then you can tell she's giving the uneasy response, then you'd be like, oh, it's no big deal. Like, I don't really mind. I'm not going to judge. I'm just asking. I'm just curious. You say something like that, and then a lot of the time she'll just give you the response then, like the actual answer, and there you've managed to get information and you've made her more comfortable as well. Or alternatively, if she still doesn't want to answer the question once you've done that, the thing you then want to do is do a lot more talking yourself. Like the worst thing you can do when talking to an uncomfortable girl is just ask her a bunch of questions, and because it comes off as like you're interrogating her. And this is a big mistake that I see a lot of guys often make, because they see a girl is untalkative, uncomfortable, and then they think like, oh, I've got the solution. In order for her to talk more, I should ask her questions, and she'll have to talk, and then she'll have to open up. But no, it's a stupid strategy, because all that's going to happen is she's going to feel interrogated, and she's going to open up less to you, because you've revealed no personal information about yourself, but you're expecting her to reveal all of this personal information about herself. And there's just there's a massive imbalance of that, and the way that you get around it is, so if a woman is like being uncomfortable with answering the questions that you want to find the information for, then you just start doing a lot of talking. Like tell her the wackiest, craziest shit that you've done in your past, in your sex life or whatever, and then once you do that, she'll realize, oh, it's not actually a big deal. Like this guy has just exposed so much vulnerability now. I've got nothing to hide, because he's just told me a load of stuff, and my information isn't anywhere near as like crazy as his, so I might as well tell him anyway. Like this guy's really honest and genuine. Like I've got no reason to hide anymore.
We Waffles. So
If
let
I
me
could just,
yeah,
Hello?
go ahead, and then I'll make
I was
my
just
response.
I was just gonna say, I think that this is really good advice. It's just weird to me because I feel like this is basically what I was saying, right? When I'm saying don't count out a girl with a high body count, I'm not saying jump into bed with her immediately and stick a ring on her finger. I said Figure it out. Ask them philosophical questions, right? Figure out their worldview. Talk to them about situations. Get them comfortable. Tell them about your worldview. Like everything you're describing here, I think is really good advice for men, which is about learning how to vet women in a way that make them feel comfortable, which I think is good advice for everyone. People need to learn how to vet partners, which I think is great advice. Like genuinely, in a non-judgmental way. If she feels uncomfortable, you back off the question, you wait till you have more rapport. I think this is all like genuinely phenomenal advice. It's just interesting to me because then it sounds like we agree, because I'm not recommending that men like find out that the girl has 10 partners in the past and be like, oh great, you're a reformed slut, let's like wife up. I'm recommending that guys take their time. If they've got a yellow flag with a woman, maybe you go even slower. Make sure that you're vetting, try to figure out if their lifestyle matches what they say that they value. I think that these are all great pieces of advice that you're giving. I just then don't know how we differ, because the only difference I would say is if she says 10 and looks kind of embarrassed about it, I would say you probably shouldn't just walk away from that. If you match on a whole bunch of other stuff, you should vet it out a little bit more.